Archie Luxury, and welcome to the program, fuckers. And today I'd like to do a collection review, and this is from my good friend Crichton, and actually his name's Andrew. I hope I'm not letting too much out of the bag there, but he's a cool fucker. He said, "Hi Archie, I've been promising to send you some images of my little collection for a while. So here they are, fuckers. As I mentioned to you in an earlier email, I'm a bit of a photography nut, so I turned my hand to finally photographing my watches. I use a Canon 5D Mark II with 100mm f2.8 macro lens if you're interested. I use a Nikon D7000 with a 60mm macro lens f2.8 as well. Which is, I think your camera may be full frame. Mine's a DX format, which is not as good as full frame. But interesting. Okay, first, this first watch in his collection. The first, I know you won't like it, is my Tag Heuer chronograph from 2000. This is particularly special. This is a particularly special watch to me and has a lot of sentimental value. Not because of its horological value or lack thereof, but because it was a present from my, at the time, girlfriend. This was a serious amount of money for either of us back in year 2000. And I was way too tight with money to buy something like this for myself. And she knew it. Nobody had ever bought me anything as special as this, and that girlfriend soon became my wife. The best decision I ever made in life, and as you know, probably the most important. I'm not a fan of new tags at all. Maybe it's just the sentimental value, I don't know, but I really do love it. It's one of 150 made with the Marion Jones signature. It might only carry a generic movement, but this thing has been with me through thick and thin and hasn't missed a beat. It was a very long time between drinks, and although I looked at other watches for years and years, I never built up enough courage to buy. Then I finally got onto the forums and started lusting after lots of pieces. As I read more and more and looked at more and more timepieces, I realized that sports watches were my thing. That drew me naturally to the Rolex line, and of all those, the Daytona was the watch I wanted most. I almost committed onto at least half a dozen occasions, but pulled out at the last minute. I just couldn't get my head around spending that kind of money. I do okay, but 19,000 Aussie for a two-tone Daytona was just a bridge too far. Finally, on a trip to Singapore, I got hooked. I saw the Daytona I'd always loved, and at a price that was far more reasonable, around 30% less once you remove taxes compared to what we pay here in Australia. As you know, we paid far too much and have far too little choice here in Australia, but in Singapore, the sky is literally the limit. So in January of this year, I finally got my Daytona. Some people don't like the two-tone look, but I don't care. I love it, and I bought it not to impress others, but because the watch sung out to me. White dial, amazing, with yellow gold bezel. And I gotta say, that is a fucking nice wristwatch there. You can't criticize this guy's choice, that's for sure. After that, the spark was lit. Within a month, I must be mad. I scored a new old stock, still with stickers, 14060M from a forum member for a bargain price. What a watch! I love the classic case, non-ceramic bezel and purity of the dial without a date or a cyclops. And this is the watch I wear to work every day. The Daytona for special occasion, and the tag gets worn whenever I travel or I'm just knocking around and don't want to risk bashing up the good watches. So what now? Well, I have a lot of other interests other than watches, so I need to pick the time for the next one. In all likelihood, I'll either put the Rolex collection to bed by just finishing it off with a solid gold GMT, or I may cross over to a semi-dress watch and get a Jaeger-LeCoultre durometer. I wore one when I recently visited a Jaeger-LeCoultre store overseas, and it truly made my heart skip a beat. Anyway, as always, it's about trying to balance off all the other interests I have in life, and trust me, there's no end of them. As you know, I'm a huge fan of your channel and unique brand of presentation. Don't go and get too commercial on us now. We need to keep Archie uncut. Somehow a professional and polished Archie just wouldn't be the same. Have a great New Year's with the family, and best wishes for 2014. Cheers, Andrew. P.S. Feel free to use the images in any of your video if you need some Rolex photos. They were just some quick grabs of my watches sitting on a table on a white towel while perched on top of my wheelie bin. It was an overcast day, so no shadows or harsh lighting, just what the doctor ordered. So let's have a look at that there. And I got to tell you something, you know. That's something I'll be always envious of, is that he had a woman who cared for him, who gave him that Tag Heuer. And although, you know, looking in hindsight, you'd say, oh, what with the tag, it's this or it's that. It's not the point. She fucking went out of her way to buy him a really decent wristwatch. And I mean, it's very easy for us horological snobs to sit here now and say, oh, I wouldn't have done this or I wouldn't have done that. But he's a lucky fucker. He got a woman who bought him that tag. And let me tell you, I've been fucking on the bones of my ass. I was driving taxis. I would have loved so dearly for someone to have bought me something that beautiful. And I can understand what he's saying. The two-tone Daytona, I think it's a great choice. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. And I gotta say, there's nothing wrong with two-tone Daytona. I think they're one of the, you know, the really cute Daytonas that are out there. And nothing wrong with that. He's a lucky fella. That's a lot of fucking money, fuckers. A lot of money. So I'd say that's a fantastic choice. And he's got his Submariner no date. What a beautiful, that's a beautiful trilogy. And let me say this to you. I know I mock Tag at times, but what a lovely story. What a lucky man to have had someone to buy him a watch like that when money was so tight. I didn't fucking have anyone to buy me nothing, fuckers. And you look back on it and you think, geez, what a lucky fucker. He got a beautiful watch from a lovely woman. So I can understand that. And don't knock the Tag thing too much there. I mean, that's a very decent watch there. I mean, to non-watch lovers, I mean, that's a fucking expensive piece. And he's got 3 beautiful pieces. The Tag, it got him into watches. You can't criticize it. I mean, this fucker, it got him into watches. Okay? It got him into watches. It did its job. It was a lot of money at the time. His girlfriend bought it for him. What a lovely story. He's got the two-tone Daytona. Lovely piece. Beautiful piece. Very much a quality piece. I think it's a nice thing to have in the collection. And he's also got the no date sub. Beautiful, beautiful piece. I've loved the no date sub for years. What do I think he should add? What do I think he should add? Look, I'd be looking at adding a, I think he should add a reverso. That's what I'd be adding, a reverso. Whether it's steel or solid gold. I'd be adding a Reverso as your dress watch in a sporting genre. But please, don't criticise the tag. You're a lucky fucker to have someone who gave you a beautiful gift like that. And I never had anyone who bought a beautiful present like that. I got married 3 fucking times before I got somebody who bought me a decent watch. Okay, so I gotta hand it to you, mate. You're a lucky fucker. And cherish that tag. That's a lovely story. And thanks very much for sharing it with us. I'm Archie Luxury. I hope you've enjoyed this collection review. And see you later, fuckers. Nice one, Archie. What a lovely story about the tag. What a great gift. No fucking wench ever gave me nothing.
Redline Design and Printing in Las Vegas, Nevada. And my good friend Johnny Jarzen will look after all his customers. Johnny Jarzen from Redline Design and Printing. An impressive client list, and he's always somebody who gets you over the line with Redline. And they got specials, thick, glossy business cards. They've also got rush orders and luxury items. Plastic business cards, liquid business cards, and metal business cards. They have a full design studio. Redline Design and Printing, a proud sponsor of the Archie Luxury program. Redline Design and Printing, when you need to take it to the line.